but
Yeah,
that's a
man.
Manning cast, so it's not like
Manning
really.
cast.
Oh my God. Live
The Manning cast. He
Manning
played
cast.
quarterback from his house.
Manning in a cast after the game.
Manning. Excellent. All right. Well, recapping the picks,
Oh yeah.
we got to step it up, fellas. Well, I definitely got to step it up, but I think we all got to. My point is that for the first time in a while, in a few weeks, we are all below 500. Flex and I, same record, 16 and 17. The box is 18 and 15 after that the Texans won on Monday night. And I'm glad. The one thing about last week, I didn't have one of those weeks where I was like, damn, if I would have picked this one instead of that one.
Yeah,
Everything I picked and everything I would have picked was fucked. So I was like, okay, I
yeah.
would have had Dallas. Yeah, they got destroyed. I would have had the Browns. They got destroyed. So every pick I would have had. The only one that worked out, my 2-point pick worked out. But the picks I made, the picks I didn't make, nothing was there for me. It was a weird week. So what can we do? And Word Life still on top with the points. 34 and a half points, 15, 17, and 1 record. You guys were both 2-1 last week. I was 1-2 last week. Box was 2-1, and then Moneyline Parlay. Nobody even came close. I got none of them right. You guys each got one of them right. So, picking first, you guys both were 2-1. Both hit on the 1 and 2 and missed on the 3-point pick. Flex has the better record. Word Life has more points. So you guys can decide however you can decide who wants to go first, who wants to go to second. I will be going last
It's who
again,
has
no
the
matter
most
what.
points. It's who has the most
Okay.
points. So,
I'll take
my
That's the
friend,
tiebreaker. All right.
the floor is yours.
All right, so my 1-point pick, I'm gonna go with, as already stated, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns at home against Pittsburgh Steelers, getting 3 in the hook. So I'm gonna pick the Cleveland just because I heard about the weather. I think I would have gone Cleveland either way, honestly, regardless of the weather, just because I think it's gonna be a defensive game. And I think Cleveland just matches up against what the Pittsburgh Steelers want to do better. Um, Winston is obviously a fucking nightmare to back in this situation, but it's like, it's I don't know. Russ is good, but is he really that good? Like, he's doing what he has to do. That's about it. Even with the Ravens
I
game,
know.
he didn't wow me at all. It's like this is the Russell I expected. They still won,
I,
but
I don't
but
think he's doing what he has to do. I think he's doing what he better do. Because if Mike Tomlin, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Mike Tomlin is like, yo, you better do this. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean,
like
when
that.
they brought Fields in for the fucking gadget plays, it's like, you better be like for Tomlinson to pull that. It's like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
and
That's scary.
everywhere,
That's not doesn't
any
say
other
what that doesn't
team,
seem good
a-
for you.
any other team that would have been like questioned.
Hmm.
But Mike Tomlin does it, and it's like you don't ask me that question. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
can't say shit to that man. But yeah, but anyway, what was that? Okay, Pittsburgh, yeah, Cleveland. I got Cleveland with the hook. Uh, Close game, defensive game, those games that nobody likes but me. So give me Cleveland and the 3 and the hook. With my 2-point pick, I'm gonna go. I said this before on here. I sometimes we're a week early, and I think my man H was a week early when he picked those Rams. So I'm gonna pick the Rams getting 2.5 against the super overrated Philadelphia
I like that.
Eagles.
But
Super
I got the pick
overrated.
right. How was I a week early? I was right on time.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. You was right on time. Man, I'm stealing your pick is what I meant. Anyway, yeah. So give me the Rams at home against Philadelphia. I think the Rams defense is playing a lot better than I expected, especially what they were doing the first few weeks of the season. I think the defense is playing a lot better. I think the Philadelphia. I feel like the Eagles is man. It's like they're relying on Saquon a little too much, and they're not clicking with the passing game as they should. I don't know if that's because of Hurts. I don't know. I tend to blame Hurts more than anything, but I try not to get too involved in it because I'm a Giant fan and I don't want my hatred for the Eagles to speak for me. But with that said, I like what the Rams do. I like Stafford. I like Puka Nakua. Cup had a big game, so they look like they're clicking. Obviously, spoke highly of McVay. So give me the Rams getting 2.5 at home against the Eagles. With my 3-point pick, man, I really wanted to go New England here, but I'm gonna switch it and I'm gonna go with a favorite, and I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings at Chicago, giving 3.5. Um, I was on the Bears. Uh, I was against the Bears with the New England game. I didn't hear a lot of people that was on my side there when I was listening and taking in a lot of things. So I kind of feel I got a good pulse on the Bears. They played well last week, but this is a well coached team, offense and defensive. The only doubt I would have is Sam Darnold has come back to reality, but I still got to go with that coaching staff and that defense. So give me uh give me Minnesota to beat the Bears by more than 3.5. And those are my picks.
Well done, sir.
Sure.
All righty. So I'm gonna start off with my Vegas Saints slick pick. That finally, because the Jets find nothing sacred in this world and can even defeat the undefeated. It was looking good for a little bit when they scored that touchdown at the end, and but we all knew that Anthony Richardson was going to go down and score that touchdown at the end of the game to win by 2, I believe, or whatever. So yeah, they dealt the Vegas Ain't Slick pick its first loss of the season, and that's why I stay away from them. But for some reason, I went to it. So this week, and for the rest of it, we're not going to the Jets. So for this week, I don't like this pick whatsoever, but it doesn't make sense, and that's why it has to be that. I want to hold my nose, and the Vegas Ain't Slick pick for this week is going to be the Indianapolis Colts over against the Detroit Lions, only getting 7.5 points. We see what the Detroit Lions have been doing to teams. Their point differential has to be off the charts. I mean, we thought that last week 14 points with against the Jaguars was too much points to give, and we saw how that turned out. They don't take their foot off the gas, and there's no point margin that they're satisfied with. And for the Indianapolis Colts coming off a 2-point victory over the disaster that's the New York Jets, it's just not enough points. It doesn't make sense. And plus they play indoors, so it doesn't matter. It's like Jared Goff territory, so none of it makes sense. And for that reason, we're gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts as the Vegas Ain't Slick pick, 7.5 points. I'm gonna hold my nose, but there it goes.
Nice.
Now, for my picks, we got to start hitting these 3-pointers. So instead, I know you picked against the Bears for your 3-point pick. Mm-hmm. My 1-point pick was the Bears, but I'm gonna change that up, and I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers, giving 1.5 points against the 49ers. That spread doesn't really make sense to me as well. It was on my radar. It still doesn't make sense. I still don't like the spread. Like, why they didn't look great last week, and they won by 1 point, and it's because of blocked field goal. So I know the 49ers are coming off a big loss. I guess they're kind of banking on the 49ers not really kind of. I don't know. I mean, neither team is looking good, in my opinion. So being that it's at home, I know that the I know the situation where like they beat them in the playoffs last year, so like maybe they think that that's kind of the reason why they should be a favorite. I don't know. Give me the Packers. It's my pseudo. That's why I made it my 1 point pick instead of the Bears because the Bears have been good to me recently. So and to not go against Cheeks because we all want to be right. So if I'm right on one and you're wrong on the other one, that overall that doesn't make our records look any better. So Green Bay Packers giving 3, I guess. My 1 point pick. My 2 point pick. I'm gonna go back to the Broncos. Yeah, I like how they're playing, man, and against the Raiders, Gardner Minshew against this defense, man. I don't think he's going to have a lot of success. The Raiders lead the league in turnovers. I think it's at two giveaways per game. And they don't get any turnovers. I think they're last in the league in getting turnovers on defense. And Bo Nix isn't a player that quarterback the way that he's playing isn't he isn't going to give him any opportunities for the other team to get the ball. He's been playing very well. The Broncos are also 8-3 against the spread this year. And I don't think they take any team lightly, man. We all doubted Sean Payton and the way he approaches, his overall arrogance. I mean, yeah, I have to raise my hand as well. But this team is playing like I'm trying to think of a team who they're comparable to in recent years. It's like one of those teams that they just play ball. Like they're not interested in they're not interested in numbers. They're not interested in like flashiness. They just shut the hell up and play ball. And the Broncos were supposed to be a defensive team, and they were going to drag along the Bo Nix, and he was going to be Mr. Check Down and play it safe. But Bo Nix is balling, man. Like. Last week, I think he threw 4 touchdowns. I know the week before that, against the Ravens, it wasn't a good look. But I mean, that's the ups and downs of the NFL. But he's playing well, man, and the offensive line is playing pretty well. So I think they could kind of mitigate a little bit of the Max Crosby effect, and he hasn't been as dominant as he's been in recent years. So I just think, man, like it's 6 unless it's changed because I did this yesterday. Is it still 6 points?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So I don't know, man. I just think I have confidence in this team because of the way they play. It's not like last second wins. It's none of that. Like it's methodical. Like when they have to run the ball, they run it. When Bo Nix has to run it, when they, obviously we've seen how Cortland Sutton has emerged recently as the number 1 wide receiver there. And I don't know, man. I just as much as I hate to say it, I think that they're playing ball, and I don't have confidence in the Raiders whatsoever. So to me, 6 points. We know 7 and 6.5 are the key numbers. So. Them being as good as they are against the spread, give me the Denver Broncos as my 2-point pick.
Just to follow up real quick on your the Packers pick, I just looked. I think the reason for the point swing is Purdy injury. He's questionable. He has a shoulder thing. I had heard that he was likely to play because he was. The last I had read was that he practiced and he was throwing. But I just saw a headline. I don't know when it's from. I was just scrolling ESPN and it said Purdy's status iffy after limited practice session. So I don't know if Vegas has insight into it. Maybe not. Maybe more likely that he's going to maybe miss the game than we may have earlier thought. So.
Yeah, I mean, and he hasn't really been playing that great to begin with anyway. So, I mean, you would think if it was iffy, like a starting quarterback should be a bigger dip, but whatever.
Who's even the
I
backup
still
there
think
now?
that
Word.
So who's the? Oh, you're in trouble, buddy. Josh Dobbs.
Oh,
Dobbs is
yeah,
coming
how
to
did I
get you.
forget?
The Pastronaut is back.
The Pasternak. I forgot
yeah,
about
that's what it was.
The
The quarterback,
Pastronaut.
every team,
He's taking
the,
a break
the
from
quarterback,
doing those
every
fucking
team,
progressive commercials.
every team should have traded for him last year, and then now nobody even knows what team he's on.
That's crazy.
I know that is the best point that has ever been made on this fucking show. That is a great point. Oh my god.
So let's go to keep it rolling to my 3-point pick. I'm gonna take the Patriots. Are they still getting 7.5?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. 7.5.
I like it.
Over the Miami Dolphins. Drake May is looking good, man.
Mhm.
And in most games, like games have started in a way that you can see the Patriots winning. And at the end, because overall the Patriots the Patriots aren't an overwhelmingly talented team, but they are playing better than what their talent dictates, in my opinion. And two of the three Patriots wins have been away. Drake May spreading the ball around. You could argue the Patriots weapons, I would think they're kind of in a similar tier as the Raiders weapons, where it's like a bunch of guys that you've kind of heard of, and I feel like against the Dolphins,
it's just the equivalent of Jacoby Myers at wide receiver 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's like who's the number one? It doesn't matter. We all 1/3. And I just feel like the Dolphins. That game was a lot closer than what the score dictated at the end versus the Raiders. They scored 17 points in the fourth quarter, but that game looked like the Raiders could have won that. And I think Jacoby Myers did go off, and just overall like that Dolphins defense hasn't looked good. I mean, I know that there was that one game that Ramsey had a pick, or he had a pick six or whatever, and everybody was, they thought he was back. But the Dolphins defense, man, I don't have much confidence in. And Tua, and we know what the Tua situation is. He looks good in spurts, but he doesn't play smart. You know what I'm saying? So he could very well at any moment do something that jeopardizes the rest of his career, the rest of his game,
rest of his life.
And yeah, exactly. It's like the way Tua plays, it doesn't inspire confidence. It's almost like he's trying to prove something sometimes, which doesn't really do it for me. And the way that the Patriots defense, even though it's not as good as it has been, it still has that type of player, like the type of players that play hard no matter who it's against. So I just think they're going to find ways to mitigate. Christian Gonzalez is a good player. So I think either, Tyreek Hill, who hasn't been the same this year, they'll find a way to mitigate him to a certain degree. The way they play around with running backs with Miami, I don't really understand. Like, they get too cute sometimes. And Raheem Mostert, he has fumbling issues. They take Achane out at the wrong time, in my opinion. So if Gardner Minshew can give the Dolphins defense fits, I feel like the way that Drake May plays, it's almost like a sophisticated Gardner Minshew, where he's gonna do kind of everything that Gardner Minshew does, but just like in a more controlled way. And he's not gonna throw the ball away like Gardner Minshew ends up usually does. So I think this game ends up being way closer, than than kind of like what you would think on paper. And it being 7.5 points, even if at the end it's a touchdown game, I have confidence in the New England Patriots keeping it close enough to where that seven is in play, that 7 point difference is in play. And if I'm getting 7.5 points, give me the New England Patriots as my 3 point pick.
Nice.
Oh man, I wanted that Patriots pick. I could still make it, but
We all three of us had it at some point.
I'll look elsewhere. All right. Wow. All right. 1 point pick on guard. On guard flex. 1 point. We're going head to head. I'm gonna take the Niners.
Nice.
I'm taking the Pastronaut. Give me the Pastronaut. Give me a desperate Niners team. I don't know. I don't know. Something's not right with the Packers.
I mean, something's not right with either.
Well, something's not right with either, but I feel like I know what's not right with the 49ers. I don't know what's not right with the Packers. But who knows? I don't know what's not right with any of them. But I just feel like I think the 49ers as a championship team is probably dead. But I don't know that they know it's dead. I don't think they think that their championship situation is dead. I think that after a game like after losing a game like they did last week, I think they'll come out with some pride against a team that they played in the playoffs against last year. And, as rough as the 49ers have been, there's still talent on that roster. And I feel like it's very much a buy low situation. I very much don't like to buy high on teams. I like to buy low. And I feel like you're not going to, I mean, this game, at the beginning of the season would have been, I think, probably 49ers -3, maybe more. But so anyway, with that being said, 1 point pick. Let's have some fun. On guard, we'll go head to head. I'll take the Niners and I'll take the 3.
Joey Bosa's gonna play like with the Capitol on fire.
That's true. I mean, I didn't even think about that angle. He must be all fired up. Fired up. All right. 2 point pick. 2 point pick. Man, you know where I gotta go?
Where?
I gotta do it for the first time, I believe, this season. Oh, maybe not the first time this season. I actually gotta look back, but I don't remember in a big spot taking my boy. Let's get my guy Johnny G out here, baby. Let's take the Cardinals coming off of a bye. They're hosting the Seattle Seahawks, coming off of a big time win against the team that I just took. But you know what? That Seahawks home field advantage is not the same. It's not what it used to be. And I don't know, man. Gino has not been played well at home. I think he's 1-5 at home. In terms of covering. And I just feel like this Cardinals team, man, with a week off, a week to get healthy, another week to integrate some of the young pieces like Marvin Harrison. I feel like they have a lot of players there that are on that team that I think will get better as the weeks progress. And I think this is a Cardinals team that sees the potential of possibly winning the division, and I think that they might have been boosted in terms of motivation with the Seahawks winning that game, because the further you knock down the 49ers, the more likely it is that they have an opportunity to win that division. So I think that they're going to take advantage of the opportunity. They've had 2 weeks to think about it. So yeah, I'm going to take my guy Johnny G. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think they go in there and win outright. Ooh. But I'll take the point. Why not? If they lose by 1, we get a push, and we still get 1 point out of it. So give me the Cardinals. Give me the point against the Seattle Seahawks on the road for the 2 point pick. And for the 3 point pick, you know where I'm going for the 3?
Where you going?
We're going to the Hardball Bowl, baby.
Ooh, I like it.
We go into the Hardball Bowl, and I think the Ravens are going to bounce back. The Ravens have only looked bad like that against one team, and that is the team we all should expect them to look bad like that against, because that's how they always look against the Steelers. But, I mean, let's not play like just because they lost that game against the Steelers that, last week it wasn't everybody talking about how the Ravens are, gonna be one of the big threats in the AFC. I don't think any of that changes with a loss to the Steelers, and I think they're gonna want to bounce back. I think Big Brother wants to beat Little Brother, and the Chargers got me last week. I had the Bengals and they took them out. But I wasn't super duper impressed. To tell you the truth, I thought, given the way that they jumped out to the lead, the way that they did, and as garbage as the Bengals defense, especially their rush defense is, they should have controlled that game. It should have never even really been close at the end, to be honest. I thought my pick was complete dead ghost town after they jumped out to that big lead in the first half. They allowed them to come back, and I don't know, man. The Chargers have got me. I've tried to fade the Chargers a couple of times, and I've gotten bitten by it, but given all the trends with Lamar Jackson as a short favorite, I think he covers some extremely large percent of the time. I don't remember what the exact figure is, but I just know that Lamar as a favorite of less than 3 points, the success rate is quite high. Add to that coming off of a loss, I think the success rate is even higher. So I'm going to take those boys. I wouldn't have loved it at 3, but if I can get it -2.5, field goal win, come on, man. How could I turn down Lamar given only 2.5 against the baby bro? Give me Johnny, Big John Harbaugh, the fourth or whatever his name is.
And we saw
the Ravens,
and we saw how it worked out in the Super Bowl, man.
Exactly. We saw how it's going to be the same situation. It's going to be, the lights are going to go out. Kaepernick is going to be there. It's going to be a throwback to, it's going to be like it's 2000 and whatever year that was. What was that? 2014, 15? I don't remember. Maybe probably before that.
I think it was 14.
14? Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
give me the
Chargers,
Ravens for my 3.
Nice.
That Chargers game almost turned into the Brandon Staley Chargers against the Jaguars, man, because I thought there was I was like, oh damn, they about to blow these motherfuckers out, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they let T. Higgins kind of went off as well.
All right, but anyway, Moneyline Parlay Draft. I go first. I got first pick, and I'm going to take the. I'll take the Niners.
Ooh. Flex?
Well, hold on a second. Let me just get real quick, because the way the lines have changed, kind of, I want to make sure I have the because with all of these numbers and it being money line. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go big with this one.
Go big or go home.
But hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to steal one first.
I got the Quail Man going. You seen this? I can't figure out how to tuck this joint in.
Quail Man. Oh no. Here. All right. So for the first money line, how about I steal your Johnny G pick?
Ooh.
And go with the Arizona Cardinals.
All right, you got the Cardinals.
Yeah, to give me plus money on there.
Yeah, I like that.
No, still.
Well, their money line is just shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 108. Yeah.
Yeah.
My turn. So I'm going to go with something I feel confident with. Give me Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, my go again. You know what? I'll stay with my picks. Give me the Rams.
Rams?
Yeah.
Rams it is.
Interesting. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. No. The New England Patriots.
Nice.
Patriots.
Yes.
Okay. You've got the Patriots. I've got the Niners, and I'm going to add to the Niners. Let's add. You know what? You know what? Give me Tommy Cutlets.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be earlier. I thought it was gonna be earlier. I swear.
Give me Tommy Cutlets. I'm gonna take Tommy Cutlets for my second pick, and then my third pick.
I hope you're wrong.
I'm gonna try to close it out with the same as my 3-point pick. Give me the Ravens.
Ooh, I like it. I never said it. I never wanted you guys to be wrong, but I gotta say, H, I really hope you're wrong.
You hope I'm wrong.
The only baker we want in New Jersey is the Cake Boss. All right.
There you go.
Wait, why you hope I'm wrong?
I don't want the Giants to win.
Because of draft position?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the only quarterbacks good quarterbacks are black.
Y'all with
You're
this
not drafting
rooting
them
to
anyway.
lose, man. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was rooting for them to win last week, the Jets. So
not anymore.
And they just no. I mean, it's pointless because the last thing you want to do is be tricked or fooled into letting this ball keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm glad they lost last week.
Yeah.
So for my last money line pick,
just for the record, I'm at 1166.
Damn. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos, just because it's not a devastating number compared to like the Detroit Lions. So
I got two games that I want to go against you guys. You both got the Cards at some point. I feel like the Seattle.
Flex, your parlay is at 982. Let me make sure. I'm trying to look at this shit without my old man glasses.
Because my last one, I think the record is still 933, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe you're right on that. So if you hit this one, you will pass your own record. Yep, 933.
All right. I'm gonna go with the home dogs. Getting 2.5. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers. So you've got the Minnesota Vikings, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Los Angeles Joe. You're going double LA.
Double L's. A's.
Wow, double LA. That brings you to 695. 695.
All right, fuck it. So.
Oh, before
how do you feel about the
forget,
Knicks, man? Oh, the Bucks.
Oh yeah, the Bucks.
Box holding. The Box is holding
Cheeks,
on.
have you been watching the Knicks at all?
I watched 2 games earlier. I think no, not even. I fell asleep during both games, so I can't even.
Box pick.
Comment.
Washington Commanders giving 10.5 at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I worked 9 days straight. Today was my 9th day straight. I'm fucking shot.
Second pick for the Box.
Yeah, finally.
Tennessee Titans getting, I believe, 8 at the Houston Texans.
I like that, man.
So the Box is essentially fading the 2 Monday night teams. 3-point pick for the Box. Bad news for Johnny G. Seattle Seahawks giving 1 point at home. 3-point pick for the Box. That scares me, but What can we do? The box has not been as immaculate as it has in years past, but never count it out.
Yeah, you have a promo code for me?
There you have it. Yes, I do. Washington Commanders, Seattle Seahawks, and Washington Commanders. Seattle. I've already forgotten.
Washington, Seattle, and
Washington, Tennessee, and Seattle.
Tennessee. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the show. Good luck to everybody out there. Rock on.
Rock on with the cock on.